we have seen the previous question regarding junction temperature, right? It means question is not there with me now, but just this is T1, this is T2, and this is K1, L1, A. Area of cross section is
K2,
same for
L2A.
K2, L2, A. So 3 questions I asked. What is the
फर्स्ट तो ये पूछा ना आपने
क्या
कि
पूछा?
R equivalent, K equivalent,
R equivalent, K equivalent, then junction temperature is
junction temperature of at that point.
okay. R equivalent we have solved. How did we solve? R1 plus R2, right? Because they are in series. R1 is what? L by Ka. That means L1 by
K1A.
is it R? L1 by K1A plus L2 by K2A. A is same for both of them. 1 by if I take common, it will become L1 by K1 plus L2 by K2, right? This is the formula we got. And simplification also be done like this. If you want in exam, we have to check in which way it is given. L1 K2 plus L2 K1 divided by K1 K2. This is one. Then K equivalent is nothing but what? Both rods combined together, length will be L1 plus L2. That means K equivalent is equal to what? K equivalent I want to write here. So K equivalent is what? Tell me.
एरिया ये ना हम K equivalent को ये इससे पुट करेंगे ना 1/.
What is the resistance of both the rods here? From here we can
एरिया से करते हैं ना मल्टीप्लाई.
नहीं करेंगे. K equivalent will be
L1 plus L2 upon
so
K.
R equivalent is what? R is what? L1 plus L2 by K equivalent into area, right? Because both rods combined together, resistance will be L1 plus L2 length by K. K is K equivalent into area of cross section is same for both of them. Then can I write A or not? Is equal to L1 by K1.
और हमने K equivalent को पुट किया था.
R1 L1 by K1A plus R2 L2 by K2A. But A gets cancelled. So then K equivalent is equal to L1 plus L2 divided by L1 by K1 plus
L2 by K2.
So on you can write so on also L1 plus L2 plus
summation लिया था फिर.
So by plus L3 by K3 plus so on. Okay. So this is the formula for K equivalent when they are in series. In this case also you can understand. Now coming to junction temperature. One thing, they are in series, right? When resistors are in series, current will be same through both the resistors, right? Here heat current will be same throughout both the resistors. Okay, IH. Okay, what is the current in the first resistor? Current is delta V by R, right? Right. Delta V is what? Here T1 minus junction temperature divided potential difference is here
divided
temperature
by
difference.
L1.
R1 is L1 by
K1A.
Should be equal to
T minus T2.
T minus T2 divided by
upon L2 K2A.
Like this you can write and you can simplify. So then wait, let me. So other way, just simply T1 minus T by R1 is equal to T minus T2 by R2, right? Current will be same. Then later on you can substitute L1 by K1A, L2 by K2A. Now what will I get? T1 R2 minus TR2 is equal to TR1 minus T2 R1. So T, if I take to the right side here, T into R1 plus R2 is equal to T1 R2 plus T2 R1. Then T is equal to T1 R2 plus T2 R1 divided by R1 plus R2. This is the formula. If resistance is given, but resistance will not be given in general examination. You can substitute also. So what you can substitute, T is equal to T1 into R2 is L2 by K2A plus T2 is R1 is L1 by K1A divided by R1 plus R2 is L1 by K1A plus L2 by K2A. A common if you can take and you can cancel here. So again, the same formula which we got the previously while solving, the same formula will come. What will get? T is equal to T1 L2 K1 plus T2 L1 K2 divided by K1 K2 again divided by L1 K2 plus L2 K1 divided by K1 K2. Got it? Are you able to understand? No? LCM I have taken, right? K1 K2
LCM
LCM.
taken.
So this LCM in the sense K1 K2 multiplied it, and I multiplied this term with K1. So T1 L2 into K1 and I multiplied this term with K2, that means T2 L1 into K2 divided by L1 K2.
R को हमने ऐसे लिखा ना L1 upon K1A.
So that's what I did. So again L1 K2 plus L2 K1 by K1 K2. K1 K2 gets cancelled. This is the same answer I think we have got by solving this also.
Yes.
Okay. Now this is clear for you. Shall I go ahead?
Yes.
This is one good question where you can learn all the things how to write. So shall we see this question? अरे एक और क्वेश्चन मैंने टाइप किया है, ठीक है, सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन. Here two identical metallic rods of equal length, so I can consider this as LL.
Area or length.
Same area, so A, but the thermal conductivity is K1 and K2. So if I consider here, R equivalent is what? R1 plus R2. That means R equivalent is here, both rods combined together, the length will be L1 plus L2 by K will be K equivalent, which is the equivalent conductivity of both the rods together, is into A. Area of cross section is same for both of them. I have written the area of cross section is A. Equivalent length is L1 plus L2. We have to replace that kind of rod, which is having length, both lengths together, but which is having a conductivity K equivalent due to both together, and which is having an area of cross section A, which is the same area of cross section as the given two rods here. Got it?
L1 L K1A
L1 by
plus
K1A plus L2 by
length भी same है ना?
Okay, length same है तो we can write this as 2L by K equivalent. This A gets cancelled. This is K equivalent into is equal to
1 upon K1
L into K2 plus L into K1. Both are same. So K1, K2. So we can write this as L. If I can take common, I can cancel this L, right? Then K equivalent is equal to 2K1, K2 by
upon
K1 plus K2. And this is the answer for this question.
5 star.
This is clear for you, okay? And this is one of the previous year questions as well. Okay. Shall I go ahead?
Tomorrow morning, it is possible for you?
Possible.
50.
Yeah, see the question here. 3 identical thermal conductors are connected as shown. Identical, that means
Area or length same होगा.
Same conductivity as well. K. Assuming no heat, sometimes this K can be given different also. This A can be different also. L can be different also. We have to solve the problem accordingly. Assuming no heat is lost to the surroundings due to radiation, that means whatever the heat is coming, the steady state you consider, no heat is lost outside, no heat is absorbed, whatever heat
Steady
comes,
state.
whatever heat comes, that heat has to flow through it, okay? Then the temperature of the junction. In current electricity, you might have seen, whatever the current, suppose if you, this is the some potential V1, V2, V3, whatever the if you would have studied current electricity, it is good. Otherwise, you can understand the current that is coming in this wire should be equal
Distributed
to
in both two.
I2 plus I3. Okay.
मतलब I is equal to I2 plus I3.
So I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. Similarly, here can I write this as IH1 is equal to IH2 plus IH3. So now what is IH1? 20 potential difference. Potential difference 20 minus junction temperature T divided by L1, that is L, by K1, that is K A.
A1 तो वो तो कैंसिल ही हो रहा है वैसे भी.
That is equal to T minus 60 divided by
L
L
upon
by K,
KA.
because same length it is given, same area of cross section is given, same K it is given, plus T minus 70. This is T minus 60. Here this is T minus 70 divided by L upon Ka. So L upon K, here it is getting cancelled. Sometimes they don't get cancelled and we have to simplify. Okay. It's an easy question here. Then we can write this as 20 minus T is equal to T minus 60 plus T minus 70. This is 2T minus 60, 60, 130, 20 minus T. This T goes to the right side, it will become 3T is equal to
150.
150, and this will become 50 degrees Celsius. Okay. Got it?
Got.
This using current electricity, we can solve it easily. You can solve this question as well. Use the concept that I have taught you in the previous question and then solve it. Then I'll explain. This diagram is not there, okay? AB a rod length. This is a one of the rod length. Okay. That is suppose diagram is not required. There is a rod length, one rod length, which is having 20 centimeters. One end is having 100 degrees Celsius. Another end is having 0 degrees Celsius. The temperature of a point 9 centimeters from A. Got it? From A, you take 9 centimeters. Sorry, 9 centimeters from A. What is the temperature at that point? Got it? You can solve this question. So now, this is 100, right? The point is, what you know here is what? Temperature gradient will be there, right?
dq by dx.
Temperature gradient will be, in the steady state, it will be constant, right?
Constant.
dt by dx. Here that is nothing but constant throughout the rod. 100 minus 0 divided by 20 centimeters should be equal to, here 100
5.
temperature of a point 9 centimeters from A. So can I write this as 100 minus T by so what we can write? This is 9
20.
centimeters, 9 centimeters, right? Isn't it? Otherwise, we can write this as T minus 0 by 9 centimeters from A means, is it 11 centimeters from B? This one also you can get. Got it? Now this will be how much? So 100 into 11 divided by 20, 0, 0 cancel, 2 5 it will be 55 degrees Celsius. Got it? Temperature gradient. Otherwise, from here also you can check. 100 by 20 is how much? 25. So 9 5 45, right? 45 is equal to 100 minus T. Then T is equal
मैंने ऐसा
to
किया था.
again 55. So anyway, we can solve it. Okay. Temperature gradient remains same throughout the rod. By using that principle, you can use temperature gradient. So now convection. One way of heat transfer we have seen, that is conduction in the previous till now in the topic of heat transfer. And questions generally mostly in previous years have been asked from conduction and radiation. But as a part of syllabus, recently radiations was minimized. But because it is asked in previous years, we will be able to will discuss conduction and radiation in a depth manner, and convection as well as a part of the theory in the textbook. So we have completed conduction. Now let us go to convection and radiation. And questions wise, previous years radiations number of questions have been asked, but recent NCERT textbook is not containing the same amount of content, quantity of content similar to previous years. But because number of years questions have been asked, we'll go through radiation as well with respect to the level of the questions that have been asked in the previous years. Now convection, coming to convection. So convection actually, conduction, there is no particle movement. There only the vibration will be transferred, the vibrational energy will be transferred to the neighboring molecules or particles so that the heat can be transferred from one point to another point. But in terms of convection, the transfer of heat happens by mass motion. That means mass will be transferred from one place to another place of a fluid, from one region to another region. This actually gets traveled. So that is why convection, there is actually the transfer of particles, medium particles from one point to another point. So the types of convection we can see are, one is forced convection, another is natural convection. So example of natural convection, you will see if a beaker is there, when you heat it, here the molecules which are close to this heater, burner or heater, these molecules will have a density lesser than the molecules which are away from the burner. Okay, because of temperature difference, whichever the molecules are having more temperature, their density will be less. Low temperature, the density will be higher. So density higher molecules will come down, density high molecules will come down, and density low molecules will be going up, right?
Yes.
So then what happens later on? These molecules which are denser now, they will become lighter because of being in contact with the burner, and the temperature gets increased. And again, that high temperature molecules will go to up. So like this, the actual molecules will travel from one place to another place in this region, and the heat will be transferred. Got it?
Got.
This is natural convection. This is why? Because it happens due to difference in density. Hot air rising in this process is called natural convection or free convection. The forced convection is something where you use a blower kind of thing. Suppose there's a blower you use. Because of it rotates, so it will blow air onto the molecules. That molecules will actually travel due to this blower, so that the cooling will happen here. This kind of convection is called as forced convection. That is, example in our human body, heart pumping the blood. Heat transfer also happens in our body when heart pumps the blood. Got it? So heart is an external agent. Naturally, due to temperature difference, they are not moving from one place to another place. Due to the pumping of the heart, the blood is getting transferred from one place to another place, and the heat is getting transferred in the blood. Their molecules are actually going from one place to the another place. This is one example. And fluid is circulated by external agent like blower or pump. So to call it as forced convection. Got it? How forced convection happens, how natural convection happens. So this is two example diagrams you can see. So here temperature will be higher. So So that liquid molecules will go up, higher temperature molecules, and lower temperature molecules, which are at the higher point, will come down because their density is less. Okay. Did you understand, Smriti?
Yes. The ones with low density go up, no?
No, low density will go up because having high temperature, they will have low density due to expansion. Okay. Then forced one is like a blower you kept, and this is getting cooled because the molecules are actually traveling here from one place to another place, and this egg is getting cooled. Okay. Naturally, if it is going, this is natural due to air. But here you use a blower. This is a forced convection example. Got it?
Like the forced vibration sound.
So like that. Okay. Here the molecule movement you're making using this blower, not due to the temperature difference. So that's why it is called a forced convection.
External agent.
Okay.
Got.
So now coming to this heat current. Generally, this equation is very complex. Whenever you want to study this convection, you cannot study easily with at least our 11th, 12th mathematics knowledge. We cannot study the convection properly in equation wise. The phenomena is very complex, but still one good standard phenomena let us observe. One good standard formula will remember for convection, at least for as far as our 11th and 12th syllabus is concerned. Okay. So when the this is, if a hot surface will be there, when hot surface will be there, there will be thin film formed here, which is having high temperature. And slowly when we go up, the temperature will be lower. So because the temperature is higher here, the density will be lower, and these molecules will be going up, right? The more the surface is here, the more the molecules will go up or not?
Yes.
Go to the upper layers, and the temperature will become lower. So slowly upper molecules will come downwards and they get heated when they're in contact with hot surface. So the more the area of this surface will be there, the more fastly the cooling will happen or not? The molecules will transfer will happen. So that means the rate of heat transfer is proportional to the area of cross section or not here?
Directly.
Directly proportional to area. Then the area, the rate of heat transfer is again proportional to the temperature difference or not? What is the temperature?
More temperature, more they will go.
No, difference is more temperature. Difference is high means more molecules will go in the upward direction. Okay. Because the density will be very low in here, and the density will be very high in the top layer. So the transfer of molecules will also happen very quickly, right? That means that rate is proportional to area of cross section. That rate is proportional to temperature difference. If you remove the proportionality constant, we keep in, if we remove the proportionality symbol, we get a proportionality constant here. That H is called as coefficient of convection. Coefficient of thermal convection. Okay. That H is called as coefficient of thermal convection, and that H depends upon the what is the nature of surface, which material that surface is formed from, what is the characteristics of the fluid medium used for convection. That means what is the viscosity of this fluid, what is the surface tension of this fluid, all the characteristics.
जब उसका कुछ तो value होगा क्या different surfaces के लिए?
एक different surface वो fluid combination के लिए you will have a different H there. Got it? This is simple formula. That means dq by dt is equal to rate of heat transfer due to convection will be HA delta T. A is the area of the surface. Delta D is the temperature difference between the surface and the place where molecules are going in the surroundings. So and H is coefficient of thermal convection, which depends upon the surface material and also the medium particles. How viscous the medium is, what is the surface tension of the medium, all these properties of the medium, it depends upon. Okay.
Okay.
I hope this is clear for you now.
Yes.
Now this is the end of convection. Shall I go ahead?
Only this much, that land breeze and all, just I'll go through it. I've read it almost.
Okay. Okay. Then coming to radiation. So first thing, conduction and convection. Wait a minute. So whereas radiation, conduction and convection actually require material medium, whereas radiation do
Does
not
not.
require. Radiation happens in the form of electromagnetic wave.
Electromagnetic waves.
Here you can see here. Radiation, emission of electromagnetic waves from a body, which can take place through empty space also. That means no medium is required.
Vacuum.
Example, sunlight reaching the earth. In vacuum also, that electromagnetic waves travel, and they travel with the speed of light, that is 3 into 10 power 8 meters per second. And they do not require material medium. Got it? So one of the important theory, Prevost theory, that Prevost scientist, what did he say? That every body in nature which is greater than 0 Kelvin, that means only at 0 Kelvin it will not radiate, molecules will not vibrate, then the radiation will not happen. But if at every other temperature, that is every temperature greater than 0 Kelvin, every body in this nature radiate electromagnetic radiations of several wavelengths. That means at different wavelengths to the surroundings. That means suppose you might have studied wavelength. No, as of now you might not have studied. So every wavelength will have a particular energy. So, but continuous wavelengths they will emit, not a single wavelength. You might have studied about monochromatic light, right? That means what? Monochromatic means single wavelength light.
Single wavelength. But electromagnetic spectrum has various wavelengths. The infrared.
Like that heat also will be radiated in a spectrum of wavelength. But questions have been asked on this. For a particular temperature, particular wavelength will be more generated. Okay. For a particular time, 100 degrees body will radiate heat in many wavelengths, but one particular wavelength will have a higher number of waves coming out from that body. Like the 1000-degree body, 1500-degree body, 2000 degrees body, depending upon the temperature, although they have a spectrum of wavelengths coming from that source of body, a hot body, but you will see for a given temperature, a particular wavelength energy is more radiated, and that particular wavelength waves are more generated. Okay, got it? That point we will study while going ahead in the coming theories. Okay, now this kind of polychromatic, that means not monochromatic, many wavelengths are coming from this radiation, is called as thermal radiation. Is called as thermal radiation. Got it?
Yes.
Shall I go ahead?
Yes.
So now, what is the principle I told you here according to Prevost theory?
वो everybody मतलब जो जिसका टेम्परेचर 0 डिग्री केल्विन से
ज्यादा है वो रेडिएट करेगा, है ना? नहीं, but this is called as Q out, energy going out. But surroundings also will have some temperature, right?
Yes.
That will also be greater than 0 Kelvin, right?
Yes.
That means they will also generate radiation which will be absorbed by this body, right? So that means if this body, which body, suppose this is X body and Y surroundings, okay? If X temperature is higher than Y temperature, that means Q out will be greater than Q in. Got it? Because surrounding temperature is lower, the radiation emitted by surrounding will be lower than the radiation emitted by this body. Got it? So now suppose X temperature will be lower than Y temperature. Body will also radiate, surroundings also will radiate, but here Q out will be less than Q in. Got it? Here more energy will be absorbed, less energy will be radiated. Are you able to relate both of them?
Okay.
But if both temperatures are same, that is at that situation, how much energy is radiated outside?
Q out is equal to Q in.
How much energy is radiated inside? That means body temperature at that time will not go either up direction or downward direction. That means either it will not increase or decrease. And this is called as thermal equilibrium. People, if they say, at suppose a cup of chai is having 50 degrees Celsius and surrounding temperature is 50 degrees Celsius. If someone asks you, will the radiation occur or not, you will say, yes, it will occur. What will you say? Then they might ask you, both of the temperatures are same only. Will the heat radiation takes place? Yes.
Same होगा तो नहीं होगा ना?
No, listen here. That's why I'm explaining this point. Students will think like this. Even I used to think like that. Okay. But the point is, radiation will happen. But how it will happen, sir? So how much ever energy is radiated, because this is greater than 0 Kelvin or not? Tell me.
Yes.
This is also greater than 0 Kelvin or not?
Yes.
That means radiation will happen. But how it will happen? How much ever energy is radiated, that much energy is again absorbed. Got it? When both the temperatures are same, the amount of energy radiated is equal to the amount of energy
If both
absorbed. That means both the things will happen. Suppose how much our energy is radiated, same energy is absorbed. Will there be any change in temperature? No. So that means, if, like example in conduction, how much our energy is coming is going to the right side point. That means the temperature of this body is not going right. That point is not going steady state. Like that here also, when the temperature of both the bodies are they equal, that is body and surroundings or body with another body, their heat transfer will take place. That is radiation will take place. But what will not happen is the amount of energy radiated is equal to amount of energy absorbed. That means the temperature will not rise or will not go down. That means temperature remains constant. The situation can also be called as thermal equilibrium. Did you understand? Got it?
Yes.
Shall I go ahead? Now, here from this point only you will understand in future. Good radiators are good absorbers as well. Good absorbers are good radiators as well.
Like sun.
So that is called as black body. We will see ahead. If this temperature is higher than surroundings, it will radiate. Similarly, the more the radiation it can do, if this temperature is lower than surrounding, it will absorb also in the same manner. Got it? Depending upon which temperature it is having. So good absorbers are good radiators as well. Okay. So now Kirchhoff's radiation law, what it is saying here, we'll see while going ahead. Kirchhoff is another scientist which has given some laws in radiation here. So if a body is there, some energy is incident here, that is Q1. Then that energy can be written in forms of three forms. One is some energy is reflected, okay? Some energy is transmitted through the body and some energy is absorbed in the body. That is QR, reflected energy, QA, absorbed energy, QT is transmitted energy. Got it?
QI is?
Incident energy. If you give them energy, some energy is reflected, some energy is absorbed, some energy is transmitted without getting absorbed. Got it? So now here you see, whatever the energy is getting absorbed here raises the temperature of the body. Okay. And this energy is emitted later in the form of thermal radiation. That means when the surrounding temperature is lower, the same energy will be radiated. That means good absorbers are good emitters. Are you getting clarity or should I explain it again?
What?
So one is incident energy. That incident energy is used for reflection, absorption, transmitted. So if reflection, transmission is higher, absorbed energy will be lower or not? Right? Absorbed energy will be lower or not?
Voice.
What happened?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So if reflected and transmitted energies are higher, absorbed energy will be less or not?
Huh.
So when absorbed energy is less, again when the surrounding temperature is lower, the radiated energy will also be less because it is absorbed already less. So whatever it is absorbed only, it can radiate. So that radiation also will be less. For suppose, if this absorbed energy is much higher, then the radiation energy will also be, after thermal radiation will happen after some time, where the temperature of the surrounding will be lower. At that time, the radiation will be emitted in the form of thermal radiation. That radiation amount of energy will also be higher. Are you able to get this point?
No sir, voice थोड़ा break हुआ.
Break hua. What is the reason? So here, reflected can be there, transmitted can be there, absorbed can be there. Here, absorption is quite important here. If absorbing capacity is high, QA will be higher, right? That means transited is low, reflected is low. Later on, when the body's temperature is higher than the surroundings, the same body, whatever the amount it is absorbed, now it will radiate also in the form of thermal radiation. Got it? Got it or not?
मतलब the amount of energy absorbed is equal to radiate.
No, we cannot say no. Temperature, it will depend upon. If it can absorb, suppose, one example, suppose if, just try to feel it. If you cannot understand with this equation term, your father is giving 1,000 rupees for you every month. In that 1,000 rupees, you have three parts. One is saving, consider it as absorption here. One is just what is this? Giving it to your friends, giving it to your brother, or expenses. Okay. As of now, okay, no, brother you have given. These three forms are there. So now, whatever the amount is coming to you, if you are giving it to your friends and brother, savings will be very less, right?
Yes.
When opportunity comes for you, that means when you have shop in front of you, when you have bakery in front of you, if you have to spend, you will not have that, right? Here, you are not a good saver, so there you cannot be a good spender as well, right?
Yes.
To buy those things. Got it? But here, just try to compare it with like that I'm telling, but this is not a correct comparison, but I'm just trying to make you understand. Absorption is why important it is here. Got it? If it is a good transmitter and reflector, absorption will be less. So
It needs to be good absorber.
When it is a good absorber, when time comes, that means when the temperature surrounding is lower, it will radiate also well in the form of thermal radiation. Got it? That is why good absorbers are good emitters or good radiators, you can say. Okay. Thermal radiation will be higher. Did you understand this?
Yes.
So now there is a body called black body where no giving money to brother, no giving money to your friends, entirely saving only here. That means it has the more, when it absorbs the maximum. That means entire absorption coefficient. Here there will be three coefficients. Is it given here? No, here it's not given. Okay. Here there will be three coefficients. That is absorption coefficient, transmitted coefficient, or reflected coefficient. That means energy absorbed by energy incident is equal to absorption coefficient. Energy transmitted by total energy incident is equal to transmission coefficient. Energy reflected divided by energy incident is equal to reflection coefficient. Got it? If I add
all by incident, na?
incident divided by incident. So when I add T plus R plus A, it will be 1. Why? Check it here. QT by QI plus QR by QI plus QA by QI. You check here, this will become QT plus QR plus QA by QI. You know that QT plus QR plus QI is QI, right?
QI by QI1.
That means 1. Do you get my point?
I'll just write this all.
Shall I go ahead?
Yes.
Here that means QT plus QR plus Q absorption is equal to Q incident. That means T plus R plus A is equal to 1. But here, if QT is equal to 0, QR is equal to 0. That means no transmission, no reflection, only absorption. That is QA by Q incident is equal to 1. That means, got it? That is T is equal to 0, R is equal to 0, only A is equal to 1. Got it? That means entire energy is absorbed. That
Then
body,
absorbed is equal to incident.
entire energy is absorbed. That means T is equal to 0, R is equal to 0, but A is equal to 1. T 0, R 0 means A should be 1 or not. That means whatever energy that you are incident, that entire energy is absorbed. That body is called as
Black body.
perfectly black body, we can call it. Okay. Black body. Got it? When it absorbs more also, when it can radiate also more. Got it? So a body, black body which absorbs all radiation falling on it is called as a perfectly black body. That means QR, QT are 0. That means QA is equal to Q incident. That means all black bodies are, because entire energy is absorbed means more energy is absorbed, more energy it can emit also, right?
Yes.
So all black bodies are very good emitters of thermal radiation. Got it?
Yes.
So I hope you have understood till here, and in the next classes we will discuss about different terms that are introduced in radiation, and Stephen's law, Newton's law of cooling, and Kirchhoff's law, a proper
Kirchhoff done, no?
no, Kirchhoff's concept I'm just introducing. There is an important law by Kirchhoff. That is this one only. All black bodies are good emitters of thermal radiation. Means absorption is higher means radiation also will be higher. Good absorbers are good radiators. Good absorbers are good emitters. This is qualitative law. That means in statement wise I told, but did I tell you in equation wise?
No.
No, right? Kirchhoff's like I gave in the statement. QA will be maximum for black body. Good emitters are good radiators. Also, good emitters are good absorbers. So this is theory. But in equation wise, how you can represent Kirchhoff's law? Then we will study about some important terms regarding in radiation topic. Then we'll go to Stephen's law, and then we'll go to Newton's laws of cooling. And in next 1 or 2 classes, we'll be completing this radiation concept as well. Okay. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.